Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jimmy, and in today's video, we will be taking a look at and reviewing the DESLOC K140 Plus. Now this comes with advanced palm vein unlocking as a smart door sensor, a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, and so much more. One of the features that sets this smart lock apart from all the rest is the advanced palm vein reading. Now for me, it's worked every single time I've ever used it. The company states it has a 99% accuracy rate, and I have used one in the past from a different company where I put my hand up there and it rarely ever worked. The conditions had to be perfect. So far, this one has worked every single time that I have used it. Also, it's a little bit easier to use than a fingerprint. Now sometimes I'll go up to one of our doors, I'll use the fingerprint and it says error. I try to do it again, maybe it doesn't read it, and then I have to do it again, and then it finally unlocks. So rather than you having to go up and try to tap it a few different times, maybe your fingers are dirty, maybe they got smudgy, maybe you cut it or you damaged it. So this one right here is working a little bit easier and faster, a little bit more accurate, and a little bit more secure when it comes down to the advanced palm vein reading versus if you wanted to use a fingerprint. So far, I am very impressed with this smart lock. What I love about this lock here is you have super powers. Give it a little bit of a wave, put your hand right in front, and go inside. There are many ways to unlock this lock. The first one, you can pull this down and then you can just use your keys. So if you like the manual way of using your keys to lock it or unlock it, then you're able to hide it right on up again. So again, I really like this right here. I love this design where you're able to open it and shut it. It helps with the element as well. So rain and snow and stuff is not going to be touching where your key goes in. Everything right there is protected. Also, you'll be able to go in there with your codes. So this could be an always user. It could be a one-time user or somebody who uses it for like a week. For example, for this video today, I created a code, which I'll just delete after this video. But basically, you'll place your hand there, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, and unlock. And then it's able to be unlocked, and then you just go right in. Now I also have the feature where once I shut the door, it'll automatically lock. So there is a sensor in here noticing when the door is either open or shut. If the door is left open, it'll let you know that the door is open. So right now it is locked. It already locked by itself. The other way to get in is with your palm. So I'm just gonna place my palm right there. You can see it recognized it and unlock the door. So I'm going to close it. You're going to see that's going to lock all over again. It just locked. And there we go. And obviously the other way you'd be able to unlock it is with the application. So you just go ahead, you download the DESLOC application, and I'm going to show you this more in depth, all of its features that you're able to do. But right there, there's the K140 Plus. You can see that right now it is locked. I can tap on this one. I'm able to slide it. It's able to unlock for me. So soon you'll see this move. It changed, unlocked. Now we're inside. And then I'd be able to slide this and then I'd be able to lock it again. But because I have the automatic locking that is, turned on, you can see here that it just went right back to being locked. I do want to give a fast explanation about why I'm tapping the screen. So there is a feature that's called proximity induction, which what that means is that as somebody is approaching the device, then it will actually turn on the display for you to use it. But because I'm right in front of the lock, I'm not moving and I'm filming, I am not approaching the door. So I do have to tap the lock when I'm doing that. If you're on the outside and you want to lock it from the exterior, if you put in your code, it's just going to try to unlock. But you want to press and hold on this check mark, and it's locked. Now this right here is where I have the sensor. So that's the sensor. Once this passes the sensor, then this is when it will lock automatically. Now another way you can unlock this is with your voice. If you'd like to unlock it with your voice, what I have right there is my old Alexa. So I'm going to say, hey, computer, unlock kitchen door.
What's your voice code for kitchen door?
1124.
Unlocking. Hang on. The kitchen door is unlocked.
So it just unlocked. Here you can see that it's unlocked. So now I'm just going to open it. I'm going to shut it back. It's going to lock by itself. And that is it. When it comes to the locking and unlocking with your voice, you can do this with Alexa, and you can also do this with Google. Let me share with you my favorite feature about this lock here, and this is massive, at least for me, somebody who's owned 4 or 5 or 6 different smart locks. That is the battery situation. This is a 10,000 milliamp hour lithium ion battery. It's easy to take out, so if you need to charge it, you'd be able to take it into another room if you need to. That right there is the access of the USB Type-C. It's very, very easy to get to. So even when it's in the door, rather than you going through and purchasing more batteries or going through and recharging batteries, you could be charging 4 AA's, you could be charging 8 AA's. All you have is this one battery pack here. And with this battery pack here being 10,000 milliamp hours, it looks like this one's going to outlast any situation out there where if you're using 4 AA's or 8 AA's. So rather than you going out there and charging 4 or 8 AA batteries, or even purchasing more if you don't buy rechargeable batteries, this right here, 10,000 milliamp hours, this thing's going to outlast any of those anyways, and you have the easy access to charge it right there on the door lock. Now, if the door is open and you do not shut it, there will be some prompts that you will hear. So I'm just gonna sit right here and we will listen to them. It's gonna let you know that the door is still open and it's gonna start making some noises. So it lets you know that the door is not closed. It made some noise. I'm going to shut it. And it's locked. I'm very excited to be partnered with DESLOC because they have 17 years of experience and also able to provide you guys with a discount code. So there will be a link below this video where you're able to enjoy a 25% discount. One nice thing about this lock is that you can do it when it's completely pitch dark. You can do it when it's super bright outside. And I'm going to play this one more time, but you can see in the middle of the lock, you'll see a small little blinking red light. That right there is recognizing the palm. Also, what you'll see is that this will be a 99% accuracy as long as you're at the correct angle. So this way you don't have to be working with dirty hands trying to use a fingerprint reader. Looking at this battery indicator, if it is blue, that means it's above 10%. If it's red, it means it's below 10%. When it comes down to the quality, the security, and the durability, especially with this thing sitting outside in the elements and also protecting your information and securing your home, the K140 Plus is using local data storage with multiple encryption layers. Also, it is equipped with the IP65 weather resistance, and it has the BHMA certification for harsh environments. One nice feature about the lock is, let's say that your battery pack has died. So for me to replicate it, I just took the battery out. So this thing will not work at all. So if for some reason the battery pack dies and you're trying to get into your home, maybe you forgot your keys, you can actually just plug it in with the cable that is underneath. It also has a nice little weather guard on it. So there's a little black tip cover. So what you can do now is you can plug this in. So now it actually has some power. So again, if your battery life is completely dead, now I'm able to go through, put in my code. So let's go with the code that I'll be deleting here in a minute. 122123. And now we can get inside. Now let's take a look at the application that you will be using. This is a free application you can download from the Play Store as well as the App Store, and it's just simply called DESLOC. Inside of this, you'll be able to view all of the locks that you have. Now, if you don't have any locks, you just hit on this little plus button. I took off the D110 Plus in order for me to place on the K140 Plus. You can see if it's locked or unlocked. You can see if it's connected to the internet or not, and you can see the battery life. This is where you go to that little plus button. You're able to add in your lock. What you'll do is you'll take the cover off of the battery compartment. You scan the QR code on the back, and that's how you're able to get them paired up. Now, heading over into the lock, this is where you're able to slide it to unlock it or slide it back to lock it back. This is where you can see the battery percentage. So I'm sitting at 85%. This is where you're able to assign access. So this is everybody who uses the home. I also threw in the test, which I'll be deleting after this video. And you can also add more access. Now, for each of these people that you have, you're able to throw in the name, what type they are, if it's like a one-time passcode or something that's done through time, or if it's just always like they live there. Here's your passcode, and then here's the palm vein. I don't have the palm vein set up for the wife just yet, but I do have it set up for me and my son. So down over here, this is where you can add access. So here is the username that you'd like to throw in there, and what type are they? Is it always? Is it a schedule? So it's for a specific time period or the one-time pass. You just go through, you add it in, you put in the code that you'd want them to use, and then so on and so forth. And when it comes to assigning access, when it comes down to how many people you can assign a access to, you're able to go up to 100 entries for Palm and 100 entries for passcodes. Here's all the events. This is where you can see when it's locked, when it's unlocked. And let's head over into more settings. So there's more settings, there's more features sitting right here. For the modes, you have vacation mode, rest mode, and special care users. For vacation mode, if you turn this one on, the only people that can unlock that lock is those that are always users and the one pass users. They're able to unlock the door. All door unlock events in this mode will be logged as alarm events. Then you also have rest mode. So after rest mode is enabled, the volume of the device will switch to low except for serious events. All events will not be pushed to the app, but they will be recorded. And next up is the special care user. So this could be somebody who is elderly. This could be your kids. Maybe, for example, on this one, we want to go with Bentley and he's walking home from school Monday through Friday, and I expect him to come home probably within these hours. Now, if they are not coming in and unlocking the door during these hours and it's after these hours, then I'll get a notification stating that Bentley did not come home within the time range. And then that's a way for me to probably check in on him, give him a call, give him a text. So the main primary function is to send you a notification if somebody hasn't arrived home as scheduled. And then down over here is some of the security features. Here's auto lock. As of right now, I do have the induction lock, which means once it passes that little sensor on the door frame, then it knows it's supposed to lock on its own. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that one off just because I've already shown that off in today's video. And something that I would rather more use is something like this. I want it to be like a timed lock. So I can move it over to, let's say, 1 minute. Because sometimes I just want to go right outside, come right back in. As long as I beat that 1 minute or 2 minutes, then I'm able to get back inside the house. If I don't get back inside the house within a minute, then it's going to lock on its own. The anti-peeping passcode. This one's pretty cool. So as long as you are within 16 digits, you're able to put any numbers before your actual code, and you can put some numbers after. So if somebody's kind of next to you and you don't want them to know exactly what the code is, maybe you throw in a couple random numbers at the beginning, put in your code, and then maybe finish it with a different. As long as your passcode is in there somewhere and it's all consecutive, it will still unlock the door. You also have the anti-hijacking assign. So what you can do is, let's say that maybe you are having an issue, you're at gunpoint, you're at knife point, you have somebody that's following you to the house. Basically what will happen is that when you put in a code, it's a particular code that you would use. And what that would do is it would contact the emergency contacts that there is something fishy or an emergency is going on, and you need them to know that just by you putting in a code to get into your house. So this way it's kind of discreet to whoever could be giving harm to you. And then the failed attempt protection. For this one, you can have failed attempt lockout after multiple consecutive wrong attempts. The lock enters security lockout for 3 minutes. And then you can put in your max attempts. And then the door ajar alarm. This one right here, this one, if you watched in the video, I had the door open for some seconds. It was 20 seconds. So if you just leave the door open, you go outside, you want to do something real quick, you leave it open, it's not going to let you know that the door didn't shut. So you can have this as 10, 20, or 30 seconds. And then you also have your generals, the alarm, proximity, induction, as well as notifications. Those are all, common sense, and just I don't need to go inside of those. Heading back over into the main page, here's all of your devices. This is where you also have all of your events, and then this is my account. Inside of the account, I have device display order, which is, just the screen right over here if I want to change the device's order, app permissions, and then this is where you connect it with everything such as your Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. And for the unboxing, this one is pretty straightforward. On the very top, this is where you'll find your user manual, along with another card that has QR codes that you can watch installation videos. Inside the accessories box is going to be all of the screws and all of the plates and everything that you would need, along with a 10,000 milliamp hour battery pack, and then also the deadbolt itself, and then the strike plate and the 2 mechanical keys. And then you also have the exterior lock and the interior lock. And this is everything laid out right in front. Everything is labeled. The first thing I'd suggest is once you unbox this thing, get that battery pack charged. And for the installation, remove the old deadbolt. So you just want to get that off of there, and also take off the old strike plate. Then you're able to place in the brand new strike plate that comes inside of the box with those screws. And then you're going to be placing in the deadbolt. When it comes down to the deadbolt, just make sure that you're looking at that up arrow and you're placing it in the correct way. As you have the deadbolt in, this is where you're able to slide the exterior lock through, and it goes right through just like that. Put that cable through the bottom. On the interior plate, or the mounting plate, you'll have a little bit of an adhesive that holds it there for you to put in those screws. And then you're just going to lock in the interior portion of the lock, and you'll have 3 screws that you're able to put in. One on the bottom, one on the top left, and then one on the top right. And again, this is where you insert that 10,000 milliamp hour battery pack. Again, so much better than regular batteries. And you just place on your battery cover. Lastly is the door contact. That just means that that is the sensor that the lock will read. And once it passes that, then it knows that it's either open or shut. Setting up the lock to your application is very simple. You just go to that plus button, you state that you're going to connect a new one, you scan the QR code, then it's going to connect to it. This is where you put in a passcode. This is your master code. And then you just peel off that protective film if it's still sitting there, get this thing connected to Wi-Fi, and then you're able to go inside of there. You can add in your palm, you can add in your passcode, you can add in more people. And then once you get all of that done, then you are all set up. Here are my final thoughts in the review of the DESLOC K140 Plus. I do highly suggest this for anybody who's watching this video. I would suggest this to my friends, to my family members. This one did look better on our deck door just because for the looks. Now, I used to have a bigger lock on the front door, and after we painted the house, we painted the door. If I place this on the front, this one's slightly smaller. It's not as tall, so it would actually show the old paint, and I didn't want to have that for this video. And so aesthetically, it's just better on the deck door. Also, I just like how accurate that this lock is when it comes down to using your palm, when it comes down to using the codes. I've used a lock in the past where it's trying to read my hand, but it just didn't really work that well. It was like 10% accurate. This one worked every time that we placed our palm to the lock. And I do want to thank DESLOC for sending out the K140 Plus for me to use. I was a little skeptical when it came down to the palm reader just because of my past experience with one that didn't really work that well, but this one is fantastic. And this one is a paid review. It's not a review in terms of me going off of a script or going with what I should or shouldn't say. It's just the rate to be shown on this channel. But hopefully you guys appreciated this video. If you did, give this thing a big thumbs up. I will be placing this link and a discount code below this video inside the description and the top pinned comment. If you guys again liked it, give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later.